Well, thank you for giving us that information off the top of the show, talking about how they do this all over in other communities. This should not be a thing. That's the bottom line. It should not be a thing, and we would welcome to have our Chief Michael Moore on the show. Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what they said, because I just want to be very clear about this. The particular things that they use inside this vehicle that they feel that they are not safe enough to travel with. That is why they explode them in the neighborhoods in this very, very expensive vehicle, is because they determined that it is safer to do it there than to travel with them on the roadway. Can you imagine if this thing would have exploded on the 405?
Well, you know,
Yeah,
that's why they clear the area and then they detonate them inside this multi-million-dollar vehicle that clearly malfunctioned.
And you think about the 405, but let's go back to this neighborhood
Yeah.
where there are little kids.
Yep.
There are black and brown communities, people who live in that area. It does not matter. This should not happen.
Yeah, I've lived
Lieutenant, can you please come over here real quick? I'm sorry. I just want to. I just.
No, we welcome
hear
this.
what
We
you're saying,
we
but
welcome
I
this.
want,
Thank
I
you,
want
Joy.
to
Let's
bring
talk
him
about
over
it.
here because our anchors are very concerned. I'm sorry, we're live on TV right now, that they are thinking that this was done just in this neighborhood. And I know that this is something that you guys do basically in every neighborhood when it comes to this type of explosives. Can you explain to me why the decision was made to try and explode them here versus travel with them?
Sure. So when the techs find a substance that's really volatile and very dangerous, they try to detonate it in place because it's just too dangerous to transport on a normal vehicle because of obviously an explosion. So they made that decision to detonate it in place. There's a certain criteria on the substance and the circumstances for that. So they are following protocols, training, and also national standards as to when to do this. So this is done when that criteria fits. I don't have the specific details of all that criteria, but this is done it's been done in many different neighborhoods in the city.
And usually you guys clear a perimeter around that, is that correct?
Yes. Once again, there's very specific things you need to do before this happens, and that is part of clearing, a radius around that blast area, so to speak. And that was done here. Officers went door to door. After the explosion, discovered that some folks were still within that vicinity that didn't answer the door. And that's how we discovered that some folks were injured.
So they were supposed to evacuate, but they didn't answer their door when you guys were doing the evacuation?
Correct. So, there's obviously there's certain limits as to us going into homes in different situations. In that situation, whoever was in charge felt that it was safe to detonate it. So they followed the procedures in place. Obviously, now we're going to do a thorough investigation and look at, was everything followed? What happened here?
DeMarco, did you have one more question? I know this is a
no.
really
He just
important issue for so
answered
many.
the question. I was going to ask about any mandatory evacuation orders that were put in place. He said he went door to door, but I also want to hear from residents because we don't just want to take his side and his word.
Well,
there is an investigation, and there are two sides to this story.
Also, Joy, I'm curious if it's that volatile, if it's such a danger to take on the freeway, to take on the streets, you're in a neighborhood, why not take your time like we do with investigations where there are crime scenes, split up the fireworks, put it on separate vehicles. We all know there is no rush when you have something that volatile. It's almost like a military operation.
It is, and let's get some time frame on that. Their concern is the time frame, right? Like, did you guys rush into this, or was the precautions taken to make sure that before you detonated this, that it wouldn't do this?
Well, this incident started around 8 or 9 a.m. yesterday. So as you can see, it took a while to get the bomb squad out here to then make an assessment. They were able to remove the safe and sane fireworks from the scene. And this was the last substance that was there where they decided to detonate. You got to remember that these are very professional men and women that work our bomb squad. They go through a lot of training. There's a lot of redundant systems and checks and balances. So, it's not like a single officer makes this decision. It goes to many different levels because it's a very serious and very dangerous activity.
Understandable. And with this investigation, the ATF is going to figure out if something could have been done differently, if there was a malfunction on this particular box.
Absolutely. There's national standards when it comes to incidents like this that you have to follow protocols in place. So they'll be looking at that, also looking at human error. That is part of the equation, and that's part of the objective review of this incident. Is we want to know everything from, what did the officers do, what did the techs do, what procedures followed, and also what happened in this truck? What structurally, why did it come apart?
Because y'all spent a lot of money on that. How much did that thing cost?
At least $1 million.
Thank you so much.